Hi guys! Some of you have heard of NaNoWriMo, some have not, and some may just want more information. So in this video, I'm going to go over what NaNoWriMo is, the history of NaNoWriMo, how to prepare, how to do it, some tips, and all kinds of other fun topics. My name is Mika and I'm a writer and an entrepreneur. I own a small professional home organizing business where I help people simplify and beautify their homes. On this channel, I make videos on home, writing, and wellness. So if you're interested in any of those three topics, please subscribe. So today's video is about NaNoWriMo. Because it's the first week of October, so I thought that this would be a great time to make this video. So getting right into it. What is NaNoWriMo? NaNoWriMo stands for National Novel Writing Month. This is an annual challenge during the month of November, and it's basically a 30-day challenge to write 50,000 words. It's free to participate, and this is a challenge aimed at writers, so most of the people participating will be writers, but you don't have to be a writer, and also what you write doesn't necessarily have to be fiction, but more on that later. In terms of the history of NaNoWriMo, the writing challenge was first established in San Francisco in 1999, and now it's become an international challenge where hundreds of thousands of people from all around the world participate. And according to the NaNoWriMo website, in 2021, there were 427,653 participants. So the rules are this. The good thing is that there aren't that many rules and it's pretty straightforward. The purpose of NaNoWriMo is basically to motivate writers and to get people writing. So I'm going to tell you the rules now, but there's some exceptions to these rules that I'll tell you about in the next section. As I'm personally probably writing nonfiction this year, so I'm excited to tell you about the next section. But for now, I'll tell you the official rules. The original goal is to produce the first draft of a brand new novel in November. They say to start a brand new novel and write those 50,000 words, and if you need more words, you can always complete it later. So you're allowed to plan and write notes and plot and outline ahead of time, but you can't write a single word of your novel until November 1st. So at midnight on November 1st, you can start writing. And then, in order to win or successfully complete the challenge, you have to hit the goal of writing those 50,000 words by 11:59:59 p.m. or 23:59:59, however you read your time, on November 30th. So just before midnight on November 30th. You have to hit 50,000 words to successfully complete the challenge. You're a winner once you've hit 50,000 words. In terms of rewards, the real reward is the satisfaction of completing the challenge, as well as coming up with a work of art that you've created. If you write a great creative story, it's something to be proud of, and that alone is a reward in itself. And then also you can choose to do something with the piece that you've created. There aren't actual prizes from NaNoWriMo that I know of, other than you get a printable certificate and an icon that shows that you participated. And also, you get on a list of winners if you complete the challenge successfully. There are collaborating companies and sponsors that give you prizes and discounts on certain writing-related software and services, and these vary every year and are listed on the website nanowrimo.org. Some years, the self-publishing company CreateSpace has partnered with NaNoWriMo to give some cool prizes, like a paperback proof copy of your work. Now, for the exceptions to the rules. When I first learned of NaNoWriMo, I loved the concept, but I didn't participate because I was writing nonfiction. Then I learned that there's a group of people who are considered the NaNoWriMo Rebels, and they participate, and the only two steadfast rules that they hold themselves to is to write 50,000 words in the month of November, and also that they can't start writing until midnight on November 1st, and then they have to complete their 50,000 words by midnight on November 30th. And according to Wikipedia, rebelling is allowed as NaNoWriMo is considered a self-challenge. Rebels are allowed to validate and thus receive any prizes from sponsors. Which leads me to the quote, "Write the book you love, not the one you think you should write." A quote by Nathan Bransford. So when it comes to fiction versus nonfiction, so the thing is this, traditionally this challenge is meant for fiction, and also to start from scratch and write the first draft of a novel. I do think that's the ideal scenario if you want to do it to those specifications. But if you have other projects that you need or want to finish, you can be a NaNoWriMo Rebel and still be able to participate in the benefits of the challenge. So for example, I know of people who have started a novel a long time ago and they use this challenge as the push to finish it. So it's not a brand new novel, but it incentivizes them to dig it out and to finish the draft of something that they've already started. I know others who start a novel during NaNoWriMo and finish 50,000 words but haven't yet produced a first full complete draft of their novel, right? And so they tuck it away until the next NaNoWriMo challenge and continue on. I know of people who are working on a nonfiction book who need the time and the commitment and that push to finish, me included, and use this challenge to get them on a roll. I think that NaNoWriMo Rebels is great because it allows you to participate in challenging yourself to write those 50,000 words in the month of November, even if you're continuing on with the previous book or writing nonfiction. And why 50,000? It's a number that they thought was challenging for many people, but attainable for most people. So don't get caught up in thinking that whatever you write has to be this length. This is just the number of words for this challenge that makes it fun and exciting and a little bit difficult for a month's worth of a writing challenge. And speaking of 50,000 words, how long is a regular book? Okay, so books vary, but according to the NaNoWriMo website, The Great Gatsby was about 50,000 words. And my very favorite novel that I've ever read is 1,000 Splendid Suns. And according to an online source, that is 103,556 words. So interesting because that's about double the 50,000. I also looked up various novels on my bookshelf right before filming this, and most of them had 75,000 to 120,000 words. It's kind of nice to know an average, but with books, and as well as with like YouTube videos, I think the key is just to make it as long as it needs to be and no longer. You as the artist or the writer will intuitively know what's right for your book, and of course every book will differ. How to participate and some tips. 50,000 words for the month breaks down to 12,000 words per week or 1,667 words per day. I really like breaking it down per day, and that's probably the preferred method because then you have a daily commitment that's manageable. This challenge is a big undertaking and a big commitment for the month, but it's also really straightforward. So do what works for you, but I think that the best thing to do is to break it down to 1,667 words per day or to an even 2,000 words per day so that you can get a little bit ahead. Consistency is important. So if you miss a day, don't be too hard on yourself because things happen and life happens, but make it up as soon as possible because it can quickly begin to add up. So you might want to make it like a self-imposed rule that you don't miss more than one day at a time, and if you do, that you make it up right away. So you might be curious, how many hours per day does this mean? It varies by person, but you probably want to block out about 3 hours per day on your calendar. It doesn't have to be the same time every day, but if it is, it does probably help you get into the routine of writing. Also, set those boundaries in advance with the people around you and let them know that you're doing this challenge. This is basically to minimize interruptions and intrusions. Again, I mean, it's a lot of work and it's a big undertaking, so this is a really important step. If you keep having people interrupt you, it can really slow down your progress. Studies say that once you're distracted, it can take over 20 minutes to refocus after being interrupted. So you do have to register on the official NaNoWriMo website, which is pretty self-explanatory. This website is where you can also upload your writing as you go along so that your word count can be verified. The website cheers you on and shows you milestones as well. And as for editing, many people say that during this challenge, don't edit as you write. I get why they give this advice because it can be time consuming. And the point is to get the words on the page and to let the story flow. However, editing as I write is something that's personally ingrained in me. And it took me a long time to get myself to write this way. I feel like it saves me a lot of back-end time and makes my writing crisper and clearer. I also feel happier writing that way. It's just my style. And so even if nobody else edited during this challenge, I would still edit as I wrote. It's just the way my brain functions. Otherwise, I'll feel off while I'm writing. but I think a lot of people don't edit and they benefit from that. So anyways, heed the advice that's given to you by everyone, then choose what works the best for you. You have to do you because only you know what works the best for you. There are also in-person and online meetups to write with others. I've never done it live before on this channel, but I was even thinking if you were interested of doing a live where we write together, like a Write With Me sprint. If you're interested at all in that, please let me know in the comments below, and then maybe I'll do that. Preparation in advance. Everyone is different, so some people start preparing a month or several months beforehand, while others jump right into it without preparation and let their imagination take the lead. I think that if I was writing a novel, I would loosely prepare, like the plot and the settings and the characters. But then I love the concept of the imagination taking over. When you write, sometimes the story starts to evolve on its own, and if you let it, it can go in directions that you never could have even imagined. Our brains are powerful, our imaginations are beautiful, and often, just like with material possessions, we think that we need more than we actually do. In line with this, I was reading about how conflict resolution keeps us engaged. I wonder if having a post-it on the desk saying conflict resolution would help as a reminder so that you can include one conflict and resolution in each writing day. So I do think that it's best to go in with at least a rough idea or a plot line of what you want to write. If you feel more assured and productive if you have an outline ahead of time, then it's good to prepare one before November, so that when November 1st comes around, you can jump right into writing. Why participate? What are the benefits? First of all, this is utterly excellent for you if you want to write a novel. It'll be a commitment and it'll take some good work, but imagine that you can have a work of art, a written story that you've created in 30 days. It's kind of exciting to see what you may come up with. And you may write a rough draft of a book that you'll one day publish. It's also excellent for writers who want to solidify their daily writing habits, get more writing time in, or just want to get creative in the month of November. I think also that this is an immersive experiment where words can flow. It would definitely improve your writing. Committing to something, such as writing for 3 hours a day for a month, can help improve your focus and concentration. This challenge can also strengthen your imagination, which can be great for many other areas of your life. Writing is an excellent outlet. There are so many technological distractions, people distractions, time commitments. We have to be here, do this, do that. To sit and to let the words flow onto a page, it's creative and it could be good for us. Also, challenges are fun. Whether it's a writing challenge or a decluttering challenge, I love immersive challenges. I see a lot of good come out of them too. And there's a sense of satisfaction when they're done that stays with you long after it's over. You do this challenge on your own, but you can join in-person meetups and online writing meetups. So this collective motivation is just fun and exciting. Books that have gotten published for NaNoWriMo. Water for Elephants was written by Sarah Gruen, and that's a novel that was written during NaNoWriMo. It was then published by a publishing company, and later it was even made into a movie starring Robert Pattinson and Reese Witherspoon. And here are a few other books that you may have heard of. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, Crazy for Alice by Alex Dunn, The Beautiful Land by Alan Averill, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, and those are just a few popular books that have come out of NaNoWriMo. And what will I work on? Ooh guys, so I have a travel memoir that I want to write. I also have 2 fiction novels that I want to write that are based on World War II. And for those 2, I know the storyline of what I want to write, and I can't wait to work on those. But I may have to go all in and challenge myself on those next year. So this year, unless anything changes in the next couple of weeks, I will probably be a NaNoWriMo Rebel this year and work on nonfiction and continue to dedicate my time to my home series that I've been sharing with you guys on this channel. Will you participate in NaNoWriMo? And if so, what will you write? Let us know in the comments below. I hope that this video is helpful and informative and motivational. If you enjoyed it, could you please hit the like button as it helps more people to find my channel, and I really appreciate it. If you would like to see more videos on writing, home, and wellness, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.